Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Inside the Den. Today we're going to take a look at KingsRoad, and this is a free-to-play Facebook and browser-based MMORPG. You're going to get a really good look at the systems. It's really going to be kind of that Facebook 2.0 style. So let's get right into it. There we go. Our little play button has just showed up right there. So let's get started. Now I have played the game a bit. I actually played the game a little bit on Twitch TV. Gave you guys a good look and insight, but I really wanted to do a full Inside the Den on this, really take a good look at the game. The game is still in kind of a beta testing phase, but the game's cash shop is open. You're able to buy gems. You're able to spend those gems. So I figured, you know what? If you're able to do that stuff, then you know what? You can take and I can do the review. Now you can, of course, just like a lot of other Facebook games, you can add your friends. Now one thing I do want to say is that the game is kind of that Facebook 2.0 style. So you have a lot of aspects that really show up not as pay to win, but as free to play. So we're going to cruise around. We've got a bunch of different guys here. You can see I'm already level 10, but I am still in this starting city because I've kind of been taking it easy, and I'll show you how that works. This is actually my trainer, so I can go down here. I can seek training. Now, when I seek training, you can see here I've got all these different skills. I can actually reset my skills for 600. The first time it was actually 500, so I can get all my skill points back and then reassign those to all these different skills as I choose. So you can see right now I've got the majority of my skill points put into Maim and then into Hurl. So Hurl actually throws my shield and damages multiple opponents. You've got Charge, allows you to charge into enemies. You've got Burn, you've got Parry, you've got Cleave, and then you've got a bunch that open up later on. At level 12, you got Regeneration 4 to 5, 15, you've got Spikes and Rumble, and then at 20, you've got Stamina and Defend, and then at 25, you've got the Whirl. You've got Whirl. So let's cruise around and start looking at different guys. Now this is Father Byron. He's the item sage. He allows you to identify items. Now you do have these little chickens here. Whack! We can go ahead and just slay that chicken with a nice little swing of our sword. Now I am very worried about the sound here. They do have it turned up quite a bit, so I'm going to turn that down. Let's go. We're probably going to have to go all the way down to 1 like that. Let's make sure that it's turned all the way down there as well. And there we go. And we do have a bunch of other vendors here. So we've got this guy. Now one of the cool things here, we can see here I've got 2 hours left. Now what you could do is it's kind of that timer. That constant timer. So you can request 300 gold, and every 5 minutes you get that. Every 10 minutes you can get a Potion of Valor. Every 15 minutes you can get this Potion of Healing, which those come in really handy later on, because look at that, 100% of your health. Then you can go on, you can get a random good item that's green, a random superior item that's blue. You can also get this small Valor boost potion. And you know, it keeps going up at level 20. Epic items, experience boost potion, legendary items at level 35. So you can see all these things are really cool and they unlock, and I'm sure this is going to take like 48 hours to be able to get that. You could also sell items to this guy. Now we do have, this is the Alchemy Shop, and you notice everything here costs gems. So you can get these potions which will heal 100% of your health and valor. You can also get 5 of those. Really weird, because usually, you know, you get a discount when you get 5 of them. So this time you're just going to have to pay 5 for 5. There's no discount at all. Then you've got this, which is a superior potion, which boosts your valor regeneration by 400% for 1 hour. And then you've got a 400% bonus for 1 hour to experience. Then down here, you've got your food vendor, which you could take and you could purchase a bunch of different food. You can see right here, you've got some bread, which I recently moved up to because I got level 10. Then at level 15, these turnips, and then so on and so forth. All of these are basically purchasable for gold, not for the gems and stuff. And they will allow you to heal yourself. Now, I do have to make one maneuver here. I've got this thing over here. Let's get this let's get it right here. We're going to move that right to there. Maybe not. So I think we're going to have to do it this way. There we go. So a little bit different on the interface. So now we can take and talk to this little gentleman right here, and I can head out. Now you can see here are all the different areas. So here's the first area, the hunting trail. You can see over here the foul villains of Alderstone, Klaus Deadwood, Hans Deadwood, Wolfgang Deadwood, and the many-legged father, the many-legged mother, which is where we are now in the Spider's Den. But you can do these not only in a normal mode, but you can also do these in heroic. Now I've kind of bumped up my gear a little bit, so I think I'm ready for the Wolfgang Deadwood heroic. Now normally it's going to tell you should find a party, but I'm going to play alone because you know what? I think I'm just that good. So let's go ahead and let that load up. Now once you get in here, you'll see that on the very basic level that the gameplay is, you know, when you play normal, it's really quite easy. And you can get through it without too much trouble. But as you progress forward, you're going to see that there's many, many more monsters. They hit a lot harder and stuff like that. So we've got to be ready we've got a bunch of wolves here, so let's throw our shield at them. And you can see that barely did any damage. We're just gonna start wailing away on this wolf. Now, luckily, I did find in my last little adventure, I did find a few superior items that really boosted up my defense. You can see I'm not taking too much damage from this wolf. So I'm really not having to expend a lot of energy, having to use my skills. I could just kind of wail away. You may have heard me clicking. You can also hold down your, you can just hold down your left mouse, or your left mouse button. You can move around just by holding down your left mouse button. Now this guy's coming out of the woodwork. Actually, there's a whole bunch of guys coming out of the woodwork. Now this changes everything. You can see I am actually taking some damage now. Now the way that your skills actually work is once they're ready to fire away, you just press that skill number, and then the next target that you actually attack, you will actually fire that skill off in their direction. So we went ahead and we used our hurl. We'll use our maim this time. That'll get us jumping up in the air and laying the smack down on these guys. Throw our hurl out there. And of course, because it is a higher level and you're killing more guys, you're getting more gold, you're getting more gear, you're getting all that stuff, which is really, you know, really kind of cool. So let's go ahead and, oh, we're out of our special sauce. We're out of our valor. So there we go. Let's shoot that off. Now what's cool is it also destroys the destructible as well when we fire that off. So let's go ahead and wail on this guy a little bit. Go ahead and pick up all this stuff. And it's cool because you're picking up bread loaves and all kinds of things that'll heal you, also bring your valor back as you're roaming around in these zones. So let's keep cruising along. But graphically, you can see the game looks really nice, especially for a Facebook/browser game. But as we've seen over the past probably year, we've seen a lot more of these browser games and these Facebook games really picking up and stepping up to the plate as far as their graphics are concerned and all that. So let's we're kind of bottled in here a little bit. Let's see if we can get more of these guys down. You see, when we shoot off our shield in a direction, it really takes off and hits a lot of guys. It's ricocheting off a lot of these guys. Good thing I've got plenty of bread and plenty of, I think it's little flagons of ale or something like that that's actually giving me my valor point. But man, there were a lot of those guys. So then we were picking up actually steins of mead. Now we can't actually buy those, but we can use them now, and those will actually give us 50 valor over time, where right now we're just getting the 25. But that's all right. We don't have too much. We only have 48, so we don't even have the full 50 to be able to use. Let's go ahead and heal ourselves right there with our loaf of bread. So we got a bunch of guys here, so let's throw this off. Now right now I'm actually really wishing I would have kept this skill complete with the pure number of guys. But you could see really, like, if you brought in a whole team of players in here, you'd be all wailing on these guys and taking them down. So you really wouldn't have as much of a concern. But I'm doing this solo, so I'm riding solo, taking these guys out one at a time. There we go. Let's get these guys. Now sometimes you will take it in some of these different areas. You will find special treasure chests. And when you find those treasure chests, you're going to have to spend gems to be able to open those treasure chests. So you either have to earn those gems by running these dungeons, or you have to actually take and spend real world cash to get them. So that is kind of the caveat of that, but it will also put you in a position to where you're going to earn much better gear and much better items. So it's kind of worth it. And the one that I did open was only about 5, and you can see up there in the top right that I have 81. So not too bad of a deal if you ask me to spend 5 to have gotten. And I ended up getting a few items that were very useful to me. All right, so let's do this with these guys. Start wailing on them. Oh, looks like I totally missed right there. Little critical hit. Yeah, and at the end you'll see that not only do you get score based upon the number of guys you killed, how much damage you did, you also get score based upon things like, you know, your critical hits. You get score based upon if there's destructibles or if there's chickens on the screen. As you're roaming around, you want to take out those pesky little chickens. I don't know why the game designers have something against the chickens of the game, but whatever. They want you to kill those little chickens. Maybe they're annoyed by those chickens. But either way, you do have to take those chickens out. Get up there. Come on, keep going on. Get that guy down. There we go. And usually those little mini bosses, they'll drop like a little white item or whatever. So you can see here we've got some destructibles. So let's go ahead and whale on those. Not only is it good to whale on those because it gets your score up, but also because they usually drop money. So we don't see any little hidden alcoves here, but you want to check all over the place, see where there might be some little hidden spots. Get these guys down. And it is cool because also as you take and you get better gear, your guy will actually change the gear that he's wearing. It will look different. Here we go. Here's some more destructibles that come in the form of these training dummies. Thankfully, these arrows aren't doing too much damage, so I'm able to kind of just sit there and take what these guys have to throw at me. There we go. Let's get all these down. Take all these guys out. Now, one thing I want to show you with the items. Now, you'll notice on these green items, I do have one attribute on the green items. Now, on the blue items, I have 2 attributes. So I'm guessing as we progress up, we're going to move on to we're going to have 3, 4, and even more, depending upon the quality of the item, which is really cool, you know. So it really kind of puts you in a position. Oh, we got a little parsnip, which we're going to go ahead and put that parsnip those parsnips right there. So we can go ahead and use those. We'll use those right now. We basically want to get rid of those parsnips. They're kind of the older version of our bread. They only heal 250 health, which right now I've got over 1,200 health. So, you know, those things aren't really going to do too much unless I find them kind of accidentally or whatever. So using them on occasions, that's it. So we'll go ahead and use that last parsnip, get that out of the way. Continue to wail on these guys, take him down. These guys down. Let's get my little shield thrown out there, working for me. Let's get this guy. See if we probably got a couple criticals in there. I saw some big hits. Now you don't see the actual. It's pretty tough to see all the numbers, but you definitely see those hits when those guys take a lot of damage. As you see their health bar drop significantly. Now you can see the numbers above their head, but it moves pretty quick. So we're gonna jump in here and knock old Wolfgang down to the ground. But you can see, I'm barely doing any damage to him right now. And you can see right there, I threw my little hurl at him. It was basically a waste of time because it did such little damage. So essentially, I just want to wait and just use my maim on him as much as possible. Get out of the way when he's gonna throw that, and then let his axe get stuck in the ground. And throw a maim out there. There we go. He's bringing out some of his buddies. Get out of the way. Ooh. And of course, yeah, I'll go ahead and use that hurl when I'm throwing at those guys. There we go. Knock him down. Ooh, this is going to take a little while to take him down. Get out of the way. Oh, there we go. Start wailing on his backside. Give him a little spanking. Up in the air we go. There we go. He's going to take and try to lay the smack down on me, but I'll return the favor. Whew. Knock him down to the ground. That's one of the nice things is he kind of telegraphs when he's going to lay that big blow out there. So I can take and kind of be wary of that, and then just start wailing on him. And luckily, if I do get just the right hitting, you notice that it'll say slow. That's because I'm actually slowing his attack speed. And then right there, I got really lucky. I was able to land my maim and knock him down to the ground, just like that again, and take away his special attack. So this time I'm not going to be able to do that because my maim is not ready. So I'll wail on him right after he lays his big swing down. We'll take him out in a couple more swings here. There we go. And he actually dropped a nice little blue weapon, which is awesome. Widow's Son. So exactly what I needed. So there we go. We ended the level. Now we get to look at all the stats. You can see because I did that a few times and I only got to like right here. But because I did that on a heroic level, it actually gave me quite a bit of bonus. I did earn that little spot, which earned me a gem and 50 gold. So now we could skip all that. We could see my results. My total score was 40,075. Kills, I got 65 enemies, 10 destructibles. There were no chickens. Damage, you can see the damage dealt, the biggest hit, my critical hits, and then I got 2 super crits, which are really, really helpful. And I think I actually got one on him, which we didn't see it. It's really tough to see those numbers. But let's go ahead and return back to town, identify our new weapon, which is really can come in handy. So you can see you'll keep running these. It becomes obviously very advantageous to recruit 2 other people because you can run through that obviously much faster. It took me a while, but it does show that you can do those heroics on your own. And you can see it got me it took me from about halfway to almost fully to level 10. Now we can take and we can actually identify this. It's going to cost me 300 gold, but probably well worth it. And it's locked, so that little lock means I got to get to level 12, so I've got a whole level and a little bit to go. We've got this fine charm. We've got a bunch of other items we picked up that were white, so now let's look and see if this feather was any better. So +1 skill to parry, nah, not something I'm going to use, but this, in 2 levels, this sword will definitely come in handy. 34 damage, 12 more, almost, 50% more damage than what I do now, plus it gives me plus 55 health and a 1.4 parry chance, so definitely going to hold on to that. Now let's go ahead and wail on this chicken who just happens to regenerate every so often. Now we can go to this guy and we can sell items, which is cool because you actually have to initiate selling the items, so you kind of have that double whammy that will protect you. So we'll go ahead and sell that green, sell those old leather shoes, sell the rawhide. Now right now the game doesn't have like an auction house to where you can go ahead and trade these items that you get with other players. Hopefully that's something that maybe they consider putting in the game in the future. Right now it's kind of your normal typical just dungeon crawler, run through, get gear up, party up, do heroic dungeons, all that stuff. I am going to take, and before I go, I do have a little bit more time, so we're going to take and we're going to run through the spider level a second time, this one right here. So you'd see, like I was saying right here, I just got that 3rd little crest right there, so I've got 2 more. But I'm going to run just the Silk Road, do it on normal. I should be able to run through this really quickly, give you guys a visual and an ability to see that there's different types of levels. Those first 3, you're fighting a lot of kind of like bandits and style, and now we're going to move on to spiders. And the game does have a little bit of a storyline, as you can see down here from Sir Caleb, and he's going to head off in this direction. We're actually going to go in the other direction, but I wanted to take and see if there was anything destructible down there. So we're going to head up this way, and you'll see that these webs and these web guys will start showing up. And it's pretty funny. They ate us. Well, you look still pretty alive, dude. Oh, they ate him. So let's start wailing. You can see these guys will go down much faster. Let's kind of get them all grouped up, start wailing on them, start throwing stuff at them, and then obviously you can see they've got some little web spinners that will actually throw out like poison at you, so you want to be very careful about poison and not get taken down or get beat up too much from afar. So let's keep cruising up this way. Some of these guys, come on. There's a little stein of mead. Those always are going to come in handy. Go there, get that. All right. So then you got this little dock, which is cool because they do have little environments. You can see they really put the time in to make all these little areas that you can kind of sneak off to and see different stuff. So now this is an interesting little character right here. You want to be very careful, these brood wardens, because they see you, they hatch little eggs, and then those little eggs will take and they'll bring out even a bunch more little these little beasties. So these little baby spiders almost. So you want to be very careful of that. Make sure you take them down quick, so don't keep running around and making your life miserable with a whole bunch of extra things that you have to kill. See that ricochet back and forth, so did a bunch of damage. Made my life very easy being able to take these guys out really quick. Now, was it up here? No, it wasn't up there. But it's cool, the environments in the background. You can see all kinds of different web things and stuff like that. So we can use our hurl, lure this guy over to us. And there we go, level 11. We got a little skill waiting for us when we get back to town. Let's keep cruising off this way. We got to get up to the... There we go. I knew these guys were hiding in there somewhere. Take all of them down. And you do get plenty of items, which is really nice. It's always nice when you get plenty of items in these games. So you can get out there, you can see what different options, and they have different random options as far as the items are concerned. Everything from different defensive options to more offensive options to bonuses to your skill levels to regeneration. All kinds of different stuff, bonuses to damage, which is really cool to see all those different options when it comes to these things. Now, so it's really funny, they don't give it to you every time. I wonder if it's only the first time. I wonder if it'll be on heroic. So last time I was here, there was actually a box right in this little alcove. So when I got in this little alcove, there was a little box instead of this crate that just dropped the coins right there. So that's where I got that box that I was telling you guys about, that I essentially was able to open up for some gems, and I got a bunch of really cool items. Oh, that guy moved just far enough away where it didn't get affected by my hurl. Wail on you. Get all this stuff. There we go. I may have to really consider resetting my skills again, because you know, with all these big groupings of monsters, that cleave seems like it would come in mighty handy. So here we go. Here's the many-legged father. Let's get rid of these little buddies that are wailing on me from behind. Ooh, make sure we don't die. There we go. Take all these little annoying suckers out. And there he goes. He's down. One more. There we go. One more hit. There we go. We got a little 4-leaf clover too. Oh, got a blue chest piece. Let's see what that is. Let's keep going through here. Pick all this stuff up. And level. Let's see if it's. Am I going to get this little gem? I did. There we go. We got just enough to get through that. See what our result, our total score was. Almost 3,000. So skip. Our kills 59, 5 destructibles. There you go. So you can take a look at all these different stats that it keeps track of for you, which is really kind of cool. So let's return to town, and let's take a look at what that little item was that I just got, and then we'll have to call it and give you guys a chance to go play KingsRoad on your own. So there we go. So we have one unspent skill point. So that actually worked out well. I get to show you guys now. I can use this burn, which will actually set my weapon on fire, doing additional 5% damage over time, which is kind of cool. But you know, as mentioned, this cleave really, it really could come in handy. So I think I'm going to go ahead and go with cleave and use that up a little bit. So let's go ahead and go over here to Father Byron. And where is it? We've got that already identified. This leather plate. Now, I'm not going to be able to use it for a little while, but look at the armor difference. 94. Let's equip. Let's look at some of this other stuff. Go ahead and cruise through that. Let's go ahead and see if any of this stuff is any good for me. 1.5% cooldown reduction. That's pretty good. I think I'm good on health, but I want to go ahead and keep that +1 to maim. So I'm going to go ahead and lose the health. +1 skill to hurl. I'm going to keep the damage. Then we've got this, but that'll come at level 12, but I'm not going to use that because I'll use that at level 12. But 1.5 crit chance, and it has 0.14 health per second and 13.3 increased gold. Definitely a good chest to have, but I'm going to have to get some levels first. So we're going to go ahead, kill this chicken one more time. Head over here, talk to this guy, sell items, off we go. There you go. You're gone. You're gone. Especially all this white stuff, and you're gone. And we'll keep all the rest of this stuff. But either way, I hope you guys enjoyed today's trip inside the den. Don't forget to subscribe and keep yourself updated as each new episode is released. Also, don't forget to comment and tell us what we missed or what you think we should have covered. And also, don't forget to like, as we really do appreciate that. If you want to watch us play any of these games live, you can head over to twitchtv.com/MMODen. And if you'd like to play or learn more about KingsRoad, you can read our full review at MMODen.com or just click the link in the description. Till next time, thanks for watching.